Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to my 12 awesome ninja locations. Now this is part of my tips and tricks series, but definitely check out the other episodes in the description below. Now we are starting off with the basics, but we're going to be showing you the ninjariest, the campiest, the most hiding ninjariest spots you could possibly think of. But starting off with number one, we have the bush. Back to basics, and the bush can be pretty handy. I'm not a fan of it as a permanent usage because it's too open, too exposed if someone sees you. But in the middle of battle, it could be used to disorientate your enemies, or just quickly pop in to use a bit of jelly. But either way, it's really going to be useful for you ninjas. Moving on with number two, we're working on all the natural scenery right now. It's the little tree. Some of these you can just jump straight into, some of them you will have to build into. But these little trees can be pretty tricky. As you see, you've got the main compartment on top, and then you've got a few compartments sticking off of each edge. And most of these compartments will not allow you to jump onto it, it will just slide you straight off. But one of them will, and you can walk up it like a set of stairs and poke your head out the top. And this is the little tree. So make sure you learn your little trees in the towns that you like to use them in, and you know which point of the tree you have to jump on. But once you're on these are really useful to cover the towns you're in, wherever you are, and you can just pick off people so easily without leaving yourself exposed at all. But make sure you confirm those shots before going for them. You don't want someone to regroup and make the counter attack. Confirm the kill. Moving on with number three, you've probably guessed we're going to the big trees this time. Now, little warning, be careful which big trees you get in. If they're on a hill and you end up dropping off the high end, you're going to end up getting yourself killed. So learn how to build out of your tree if you're getting it wrong. As you can see, I've jumped on the lower edge to show you can get on each segment. But this only gives you a 180 coverage of the map. So we're going to build back onto our little staircase and get onto the center compartment at the top. This way we can get a full 360 coverage of the entire area. Now once you are on top, just make sure to go ahead and destroy those stairs, because if 9 times out of 10 anyone that's got a brain cell see those stairs, they're going to know that someone's in the tree and they'll just shoot it out from underneath you. Now we're in our tree and we are camped up nice and good, all ninjaed and hidden, and we have spotted someone, but I'm not going to take that shot straight away. I'm playing solo versus squads. I don't know where the rest of his team is. I want to confirm what is happening. And as you can see, he's jumping all over the place, he's zigzagging. This guy isn't any amateur, so I need to make sure I confirm that shot. He is just moving everywhere. It's going to be very difficult or just plain lucky if I hit him at this point. So what I want to do is wait for that point where he runs in that straight line. I don't want to give away my little ninja position. I see the straight line, I go for that aim, and I hit the shot, not giving away my position to any other people that might be in the area. Don't go crazy shooting those bullets, guys. Now moving on, the 4 house ninja. This is quite a favourite of mine when you're going on solo v squads. This really helps because most people just look around eye level, and the house ninja can get on anything. He can get on the fridges, the filing cabinets. There's so many things in closed quarters, the actual map environment, that you can get on top of that just give you that advantage. So make sure you use that, and definitely, as you heard, become a house ninja. The bridge, I didn't actually think of this one until creating the video. Now this one worked out better than I thought it was going to, because I wasn't sure how many people would come across. We like to get into the fray of it, and these ninja spots can be a bit quiet sometimes. But building up, I decided to leave myself this little corner piece here, just in case we got into some kind of gunfight. That way I have something to defend myself against, and most people aren't going to look up as well. I don't think many times I've actually looked under the bridge to see if someone's there. I think possibly 10 times in my entire experience. So most people aren't going to see you. But if you need to, as you can see, you can build stairs to quickly make your escape. You can build on this environment, which is also very useful. But the best point about this is you can see all the way up and down the river. So all those people who have to run, getting into the circle, away from the storm, crossing the rivers, you can just pick them off nice and easily. And that is the bridge troll. I like that. That's the name I'm going to give it. But moving on, we have the pier at the farm. Now number 6 and I think up to number 8 are pretty much very similar in this aspect. The piers are very handy all over the map, but I wanted to show you each of them so you know exactly where they are and how they work. Now, this one is obviously at the farm, and you want to stick some bait on. And I don't know how that guy didn't see us, but he didn't see us, and we decided to have a bit of fun with him. A bit of a dance while my friend just picks him off with a nice suppressed weapon. Again, not giving away our position to other people, but there's me. Firing away with the SAR, definitely giving away our position, but we want to bait more people over here. So what we're going to do is fire those guns, bait people over here, and we're going to stick some more bait loot down. We don't need a launch pad right now, so we're going to stick that down, get back into that hiding position. Now, these little under the pier tricks are definitely intentional from Epic Games, because this pier itself has been changed. You used to not be able to get through the sides. There was an invisible wall and you could only get through the end, but now they've updated it so you can get in anywhere around the pier. And as you can see, if you tilt your camera back, you can see under the water. It's very good for seeing downed or knocked out people, but as you can also see, you can't shoot through water. That's why it won't work if you're trying to kill someone that's underneath the water and you're shooting them. Explosives or pickaxing is the only way you can kill someone that's inside water. Now, moving on to the next pier, number 7, the lake pier. This is probably a personal favourite of mine. These piers are very good to duck into. If you just picked up a shield, you need to pop it. Or again, if you're on solo v squads, it's very handy for taking out multiple people without taking too much damage. But this pier has 3 access points, as you can see right in front of me, one on the left, one on the right, and the one I've just exited right now. And this one is probably my favourite exit, because most people, they're over in that direction towards the hut, and you can use the platform itself as a defense. And that team I just was in the middle of taking out ended up getting stolen by someone else, so we're going to push on him, but we want to make sure he doesn't see our location. As a ninja, you don't want your location to be seen. As soon as they see where your little ninja location is, they're going to know to either just chuck grenades there and destroy it, or come hunting for you themselves. So when they see you, make sure again you're confirming those shots and don't let them regroup. Just quickly pop out your location if they're in the middle of healing and finish them off. Now, I love baiting ninja locations, guys. You've got all of this loot that's over by the hut. There's no point leaving it there. If we got time and it's pretty safe, I know it can be a bit stupid, but I like to have so much fun on this game. We're gonna make a massive pile of loot. Like, who couldn't be tempted by that? Like, you'd see that, you'd come a running. Come on, let's be honest. But we'd love to bait it up like crazy. That way, we're putting people in the precise location that is going to be best for us. And these under the pier spots are brilliant for long distance sniping. You can just take out other people from so far away, and they're looking over, and especially me as the Black Knight, I'm blended in with the shadow, and it is beautiful for being disguised. It is a true ninja experience. Or another personal favourite is number 8, building your own. Now this one, I have so much fun with building your own. I do these little decorative like bridges that people can just like walk under, but again, most people they'd be a bit suspicious of that. So for the stupid people, we're going to put down a little bit of bait. This is absolute. I love building these little things. You can build them, make them longer so that people don't suspect a trap under that one, because if there's more roofs, they're not going to probably look at all of them. But another little tip is, if you edit them and mark it all out, you can see through the platform. But if you're in water, you do have to keep on moving, otherwise it will force you to stand up and your head will be poking through the platform. So make sure you keep on moving if you're in edit mode. Now, I also put walls around the edges into the water. As you can see, I've got my back to one right now. This comes in really handy if there's any snipers that do see you and decide to snipe you from under the platform. You can use them to use your third person and see around. It also helps, as you can see, someone's very, very suspicious that I'm under here. I did pull out my shotgun, make a bit of noise, but using those walls, I managed to play him and he walked straight into the trap. The best part about having ninja bases is that if you do decide to put up a trap, the trap does the work for you. You don't have to do anything to kill your opponents. You can just make sure you are safe. Get yourself healed up, get yourself, well, forted up, and The trap, as you can see, just does the work for you. Even if you have to leave your little ninja location, it is a brilliant backup to have a trap placed. Now, moving on with the lake cave. This is, I've only used this a few times. It can be a bit of an effort to get into it, but it is a pretty sneaky spot. Now, after avoiding the glitch where I'm walking through my stairs, what you want to do is crouch to get inside. You have to crouch to get inside, and you just walk in crouched. You can't get it in any other way. You can't jump in or anything. But once you're in, make sure people come into your little base. You can drop down behind them, shoot them in the back from behind, or one of my personal favourites is take out that platform in front of you, bash the wall to bait some people down here, and when they come through, you can just shoot them nice and easy from the top. Moving on with the toilet. This one is a dirty spot, if you get my pun. Number 10, the toilet. This one is so sneaky. Be careful though, because your gun will poke through the wall. If you aim, it won't poke through the wall, but you're going to have less visual advantage. So make sure you're careful of where you're facing, because that gun will poke out. Now, I left the sniper because, if you haven't told by already, I like my bait. You know I like my bait. So we leave the bait there, and as you see, he comes in for it nice and easily. It means bait is beautiful because it hesitates them in that spot for a moment. They stop, and that gives them the perfect moment to get shot by you. And as you can see with the toilet, it's beautiful because you can just jump back in, you can heal up, and even if someone was to come in right now, 9 times out of 10 they're probably not going to suspect someone is hiding in that toilet. Moving on with number 10, we have the lorries. These are spread out. Oh, number 11, my bad. The lorries, these are spread out throughout the entire map. And these are very useful, again, if you need to pop a jelly, or if you're in the middle of attack, you need a little bit of defense to hide behind. But you can't get through both sides of all of them. As you can see, you can get through the side with the red light, but the other side on this lorry you can't get through. If the front of the lorry is turned a bit more like it is on other lorries throughout the map, you can get through both sides, but on some of them you can only get through on both sides, and you could fit a full squad under here if you really needed to. That would be a pretty cheeky clip to see actually. But as you can see, this is a very defensive position. Most people struggle to get those headshots in because their line of sight isn't in line with your heads because it's blocked by the lorry. So it's going to be really useful for those quick little duck and cover ninja spots. But number 12 is the tunnel roof. Now I'm going to do a full explanation like I have on pretty much all of them how this works, because this is probably one of the sneakiest spots in the game. But what you want to do is take out this entire middle section. Those 2 brick walls will be blocking half of your passageway. Plus, it's going to block your line of sight when you're aiming down the tunnels. So take out that middle archway. Now, build your stairs like so, not facing the wall, because you won't be able to jump onto this silver bar otherwise. You need to keep that silver bar so you can get inside. And then, once you're inside, take out another segment at the far end. Preferably not the end one, because you want to be able to hide on each side of the gap. But I take out 1 in from each side, and this way you have passageways, and you can really sneakily just hide up here. This is the true bat cave right here, guys. It can be a bit tricky because the camera angle does screw with you when you're shooting, because you're pressed up against a wall and a ceiling and the metal dome in front of you. So be a bit careful. But you can open this up on both sides, get it nice and basically set up so you can just move around the entire area. Shoot down any stairs that you are going to have built up to it, because that's going to stop people knowing to look up there. Most people, again, they're not going to look up. Most people just do not, unless there is a man-made fort. Now, once you are up here, you can put in any accessories you want. I sometimes build a balcony around the entire edge so that you can go from side to side. Or, like what I've just done there, you can put a trap in. But be warned, guys, there is a bit of a thing with this spot. As you can see, when you're facing like alongside the wall, your camera can see through the wall, and personally this is going to be counted as cheating, so make sure you don't do it. You don't want to be struck by the ban hammer. But yeah, that is my 12 sneaky ninja spots. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, leave a like and definitely hit the subscribe button. Hit the notification for more videos coming soon. But other than that, have an awesome day.
Oh, you don't want to get that on. Let's dance together, bro. Let's go. Let's go.